Hey everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Artisan Pirate here, and in today's fun video, we are going to be hyping and promoting another Klingspor Woodworking Shop store anniversary. This go around, we are going to be up the mountain in Asheville, North Carolina. So really cool. At the time of this video's recording, Klingspor Woodworking Shop has 4 major retail locations. All of them are in North Carolina. They have the location in Asheville, they have one in Hickory, they have one in Cary, and then they have one in Winston-Salem. And the flagship store with the factory is the Hickory location. So please keep that in mind. I am very excited about this event because the Asheville location for Klingspor is very sentimental to me because it's where I done my very first professional scroll saw woodworking demos. I had done a few in the past for local maker spaces, but the first time I went to the Asheville location was the first time that I had done professional scroll saw demos for a major woodworking retail location. So really cool, very excited for the event. I have the flyer printed out here and we're going to go over it from top to bottom. I don't want to draw the video out entirely too long and bore you guys, but I do like doing these promotional and hype videos for the Klingspor stores because Klingspor always goes above and beyond when they do these events or the major woodworking extravaganza later in the fall. They always knock the events out of the park, and they are well worth your time if you are able to come and attend one. And they have supported my channel and this platform for so many years now. I thank them for always going above and beyond. They have sent me this nice embroidered Klingspor Woodworking Shop polo shirt that I'm wearing. I have the nice banner there with the Rikon banner back here. Again, they are companies that really get it, and I'm happy to do these promotional videos. And anytime, as I always say, you get a group of us woodworkers together under one roof, it is always a great day. It's full of fun, it's full of laughter, and smiles, memories, and sawdust will be made. So really cool. Here is the flyer printed out in black and white, and if I can find a link to this flyer, I'll leave it linked down in the description box below where you guys can click on it and go and view it and really go through it and everything, but we are going through it right here in the video. Nice big and bold at the top, it says 10th anniversary for the Asheville location of Klingspor Woodworking Shop. Next Saturday, April 26th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Please keep that time bracket in the back of your minds. 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. is the store anniversary hours for what we're going over here, but the store of course will be open later on. You know, it'll still be open after 3 p.m. if you guys can only make it out at that time, but the sales and events here will only be happening during that 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. time bracket. But really cool. If you are a morning person like me, please take advantage of this. The first 50 in the Asheville store get a free anniversary sale gift. It's usually a goodie box or goodie bag packed with great Klingspor abrasives, sandpapers, you know, bits, bobs, things like that, and it's well worth it. I have gotten one in the past and they are packed with so many great goodies. So really cool if you are a morning person and one of the first 50 in the store on April 26th. Many sale items throughout the store, and keep in mind, if you cannot make it to the Asheville location, if Asheville is too far of a drive for you guys, the other 3 Klingspor locations that I mentioned will be having sales on the same day. They will just not be having the anniversary event like we are having up in Asheville. So please keep that in mind. See several vendors in person. It's always cool to walk around and see all of the tool vendors and talk to the sales representatives and everything. Dust Stopper, Klingspor, Festool, Piramatic, Laguna, my buddy Nick at Stated Woods, Mohawk, Jet, and SawStop will all be on hand where you can come by and talk to them and see them doing live demos and everything. So it's always cool to walk around and pick everyone's brains and just further your knowledge with woodworking and everything. At least 10% off almost everything in all 4 retail locations. So keep that in mind. The sales will be happening at the other 3 locations as well as the Asheville store. It says 10, 15, 20, and 30% off of selected items. There you see all of them listed on the flyer. You have Jet, Klingspor, Piramatic, Flex Cut, Rikon, Easy Wood Tools, Cut Saw, and Laguna. So really take advantage of these amazing sales. And what I really like, it says 30% off of books and media. So this would be a great time to stock up your library out in your garage or workshop for woodworking, and you could pick up a great book on scroll saw woodwork like the Ultimate Book of Scroll Saw Patterns by Fox Chapel Publishing. It is a great book. I've done some previous patterns in it, and the last time I went to the Klingspor Woodworking Shop location, we actually began this beautiful bald eagle portrait that's cut out of cabinet grade plywood that is oak laminated. We started this in Asheville and I showed it in that video and then we brought it back home and finished it in a featured Wednesday video. So really cool. This pattern is featured in this book, and a lot of the patterns that I have prepped to do live demos with come from the Holiday Scroll Saw Ornaments book by Fox Chapel Publishing, as well as other books, and there's some Steve Good patterns in there that I've printed out. I, of course, will be doing live scroll saw woodworking demos, and that's going to go into the live demos section. And again, Asheville only on April 26th. Live demos by Laguna. Laguna will be demoing their new line of CNCs and drill presses. That'll be cool to watch. The Apple County Woodcrafters will be on hand. Rick will be there doing chip carving demos. That's a really cool process to watch how you just take little chips away and a beautiful portrait or image emerges with a lot of time and effort. A really cool process to watch. My buddy Jerry Meismer will be up there. You guys know he is known for turning the wooden cowboy hats out of a single block of wood. He will be turning birdhouses. So really cool, and it's a very interactive demo that Jerry does. He loves to talk and interact with everybody, and he usually gives the birdhouses out to people, you know, throughout the day, so that's really cool. Chris Smith at Christ Cross Crafts will be doing demos with the Ultimate Micro Jig Mock Fit Crosscut Sled. So that is really cool, and Chris is an amazing individual and talented woodworker who actually works for Klingspor Woodworking Shop. The Artisan Pirate, Learn to Scroll Saw. Thank you guys for featuring me. I'm always blessed and humbled by that. And the Western NC Woodworkers Association, Carolina Mountain Wood Turners, and the NC Woodworkers will be there. I, of course, will not only be representing myself, the Artisan Pirate, I will also be representing Klingspor Woodworking Shop, Rikon Power Tools, Klingspor, Fox Chapel Publishing, and of course the NC Woodworkers. They are a very talented group of men and women over on the ncwoodworker.net website, and they are always happy to give their knowledge out and pass it along to the next generation of woodworkers, or maybe inspire someone new with a new form of woodworking out in their garage or workshops. Many door prizes throughout the day, and a $500 gift card will be the grand prize giveaway at the end of the day. And I do believe you do have to be present to win the door prizes. I know I have won a couple of them in the past. I have won a beautiful little pyrography portrait by Michelle Parsons, and then I've also won a Craig pocket hole jig. They will have boxes throughout the store, or buckets, and you just put your name on a piece of paper and you drop it in there, and periodically throughout the day they'll dump them all into one bin, and then they'll do a draw prize, you know, and make it very interactive, and you know, they'll celebrate everything. So it's always really cool. Look forward to the door prizes. And speaking of those, I'm actually giving something for a door prize. If you guys remember, a couple weeks back we made these beautiful birdhouses out of some cedar fence pickets, and I really love that feature where you can open the front door and empty it out after each season. I made a couple more of these. I have another one sitting back here on the workbench, but I went a little bit farther with these designs because this is Klingspor and I'm using Rikon tools for my demos and everything. I laser engraved the Klingspor logo on one side and the Rikon power tools on the other. Speaking of Rikon, I will be doing my live demos on a Rikon scroll saw just like I use out here in the workshop, so you can see me using the same exact tool that I use for featured videos over here on the platform, and hopefully it'll inspire you guys to maybe pick up a scroll saw. I always feel that it is my goal to keep the scroll saw a relevant tool going forward into the digital age we live in, now that CNCs and laser engravers are becoming more and more affordable for garages and workshops. And a scroll saw does not take up a large footprint out in a workshop, so always keep that in mind. And I did do a bit of scroll saw work on the birdhouse by cutting out the doorway there and everything. So just a really cool takeaway door prize to give. I'm going to give away 2 of those, and I might find a piece of scroll saw work to give for a door prize. So I don't know, you know, I just felt with it being the spring season and this event falls in the heart of spring and we're going to be up in the mountains, you know, with the flowers, the trees, nature and everything like that, a birdhouse would be an appropriate giveaway gift to give for a door prize. So hopefully whoever wins those 2 birdhouses, it'll put a smile on their face. And I do have, again, a box prepped full of woodworking patterns. I have some here. I'll have examples of stack cutting. You know, I'll probably prep a compound cut piece because I love doing the compound cut stuff. And I'll have some Steve Good designs made up. I've got the Klingspor name with the Steve Good pattern generator. And if you guys know, we've done these little layered cross designs. I've got about 10 or 12 of these prepped to give and sit around, and they can be nice little takeaway gifts to show what a scroll saw is capable of. And speaking of the scroll saw, this is one of the few events where I'll be giving away for free the 3D printed blade alignment jig here. I'll make about 10 or 15 of these to give out, and when I run out of them, that'll just be the case. Again, this is one of the few events where I'll give these out for free to people that I feel are genuinely interested in scroll saw woodworking. I always try to give people the best leg up when it comes to the scroll saw. But you guys know I am going to have a fun time up here. I will be taking the cameras with me and hopefully filming a retrospective video for you guys to view and enjoy if you cannot make it out to the store. But if you can, I encourage you to do so. It's located right in the heart of Asheville, my friends. It's right near the historic Biltmore House, downtown Asheville itself, and of course the mountains. You could take a little scenic drive and then come by and hang out with us for a little while. And they're also going to be giving out free food to be served from 11:30 to 1. So during lunchtime, if you guys want to pull up a chair and pick my brain about scroll saw woodworking, about how I approach a certain cut, or why I do projects like this but not projects like that, I'm eager to talk to you guys and interact with you guys. Again, I am there to teach scroll saw woodworking, and I'm happy to do that. Again, scroll saw woodworking goes hand in hand with Klingspor Woodworking Shop sandpaper. It is the sandpaper that I use out here in the workshop. I use it on every single scroll saw project that I do out here in the workshop pretty much, and my go-to grit is 180 grit. These are the quarter pieces of sanding sheets here, because you guys know I do not do my scroll saw sanding work with a random orbit sander, because that is way too aggressive to sand delicate scroll saw work. I prefer the much calmer and safer and, you know, the milder, so to speak, and softer vibrating palm sander that can just easily sand delicate scroll saw work. And the 180 grit Klingspor Woodworking Shop sandpaper is the go-to, so I'll probably stock up on this as well while I am up in Asheville, and probably pick up a few accessories and take advantage of the amazing sales that's going to be happening. But again, if you cannot make it to the Asheville to take part in the store anniversary, the other 3 retail locations will be having the same exact sales that I have listed here. They will just not be having the door prizes, the food, the giveaway, or the live demo, so please keep that in mind. Once again, if I can find a link to this flyer here, I'll leave it linked down in the description box below where you guys can click on it and go through it thoroughly. But I have pretty much gone through everything. Save the date, my friends. Saturday, April 26th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So it's a week away, so it is next Saturday. I look forward to seeing you all there, and I hope we can all inspire, educate, elevate, and motivate one another in our various forms of woodworking. Really excited for the event. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you'll click the subscribe button and follow me across all my social media feeds under the Artisan Pirate name. As always, links to contact me as well as all my social media feeds will always be linked down in the description box below these videos. That's about all for this one, and remember guys, if I can make it or do it, so can you guys. I'm the Artisan Pirate. Take care, and I'll see you guys real soon.